I grew up as a Georgia Tech fan. I was raised in a Georgia Tech household. I actually did not want to come to Georgia Tech because I didn't want to have to do all of the complicated math. Any college or any institution is going to have its challenges, and anything is going to push you. Anything that's worth doing well should push you. And so I knew that even though it was something that I wasn't necessarily the strongest academically in, it was something that I wanted to push myself. And so got into my first class and looked around and saw all these other incredibly smart individuals and realized that I was, gifted enough to be able to sit in the same classroom as them. That's about the time where I was like, yeah, I guess I do belong here. I had already known about a lot of the traditions just growing up in a tech household. When I got on campus, it was something that I was like, well, yeah, I absolutely have to be a part of continuing these traditions and making sure that they last for generations to come. That was kind of the draw of, I want to be in Rec Club. Some people, they say, oh, I want to stand on the field. Some people, I want to be more involved with the rec. Mine was homecoming. How can I get more involved with homecoming? I think the biggest challenge was convincing Georgia Tech that it was worth happening. I think a lot of people were really just expecting it to be one more thing that got canceled in 2020. I felt like that was a common trend that we all saw with major events, especially events that tend to draw thousands of people. Homecoming was something that I'd been building up to in the club. When I was elected to the position in January of 2020, I thought we were going to have a homecoming just as normal. And so in March, I think, even though COVID became a thing, we still, as a committee, convinced ourselves it's going to be fine by the time we get to October. And it wasn't until about May that we realized, oh, we really need to put on these events in a different way. And so I think another one of the major challenges was keeping the heart of the tradition while being able to adapt it to be able to meet safety protocols. And I definitely incorporated a lot of what I learned in ISYE from being able to stagger the different heats in both the Mini 500 and the cake race. So there was a lot of process flow, maybe a little bit of optimization mixed in there as well. But I mean, I also can't stand here and tell you that it was all me. I had the backings of an 8-person committee within Rec Club that brought their own gifts. Yeah, it wasn't done in the way that things have been done, but that's kind of how a tradition is supposed to work. A tradition is supposed to, grow and adapt over time to meet the needs of the different people. We're not the same as we were back in 1909 when the first time the cake race was run. I hope people look back on that and say, yeah, that was different than what we'd done, but it was just as enjoyable as it was 20, 30 years ago.